Hello and welcome to Who Does Rules TV. I am your host, Mike B. And here we are on whatever day this is. I think is it a Monday? I think it's a Monday. So we'll go over Monday. Well, let's go through some stuff, some news. So, top news of the morning, I think, is probably the big one, is Spiel has been cancelled. The Spiel des Jahres, which is the huge German trade show, happens every year about October in Germany. Been there once. I've been there a couple of times, actually. Great show, really big, huge, massive trade show. Huge. I mean, it's just a big deal. It's something else entirely. And so, yes, there's been lots of huffing and puffing if it would happen. And they seem to have taken the sensible option of cancelling it, which I don't think anyone could argue that wasn't an incredibly sensible thing to do. So, yeah, that's not happening. Now, that's going to have ramifications, I suspect, a massive amount of the industry, publishers, because essentially that is the, aside from Gen Con, which we'd come to later, is the big show where they sell lots of games. I mean, I've been there, I've seen it. There were people with, like, carts just filled with stuff. So it's a huge, huge selling event. A lot of publishers hold their stuff off for it. Thousands of games are released there every year. That would have been taken lightly. And it's definitely going to have a knock-on to what's going to happen for the rest of this year, really, because, well, who knows? Wow, kind of serious. But good for them that they've done it. I think it is the smart move to make. So that's happened. Now, they've also announced today they've actually announced the Spiel des Jahres Game of the Year award. So let's run through that. Fortunately, I've taken the advantage of looking ahead at this, so there'll be no shocks for me this time. We've learned our lesson from reading out things and not reading it in advance. So let's have a quick skim through here. Nominees for the 2020 Spiel des Jahres Germany's Game of the Year Award have been announced, along with the Kinderspiel, which is a children's game, and the Kennerspiel, which is for enthusiasts, which is more us, the gamers, games of the year. So that's flip through that. So the 3 titles nominated for the Spiel des Jahres, which is like a basic just for everyone. Game of the Year was My City, Reiner Knizia from Cosmos. No idea. Never played it. Don't know. Nova Luna by Yuri Rosenberg. Good old Rosenbergy. Again, never played it. Don't know. Third up is Pictures by Daniela and Christian Stoll. Again, not a clue. So there's those things. Some of the nominations for other 6 titles nominated for it were Colorbrain, Giraffosaurus, I've heard of, The Fox of the Forest, I'm aware of, Kitchen Rush, yes, I remember Kitchen Rush. That's the real-time kitchen game by, I think it was Tutski, David Tutsi did it. And Little Town and Spicy. So there's all of them. They're aimed at family gamers, aren't heavily into gaming. Not a clue. So let's move over to the Kennerspiel, which is more for us gamers. So the 3 big nominations are the 3 ones up for Cartographers, a role-play tale. Role-play, I've never played, but I've heard a huge amount about it. It had a big, serious sort of following on some Facebook groups I've seen. And Cartographers, I think, had a kind of a roly-righty type feel to it. That's all I kind of know. But yeah, I've not played it. The Crew. Now, The Crew I will go for. Yep, The Crew. In fact, I have my German copy of The Crew here. And The Crew is it's everything the mind isn't, which is a game for starters. Yes, really good. It's a set collecting game where you're not allowed to communicate, but there is verbally, but there is a few ways of communicating in the game. There's just enough game there, and it's set collecting, and it works really well. Totally, yep, bang. That's great. That's a good choice. Well done. And then The King's Dilemma, which is one that fascinated me. Never played it. Shut Up and Sit Down did a review of it. It sold out. I presume now it's been nominated. We might well see copies of it back in the wild. It's certainly one that's on my list to look for, maybe to pick up once we're back out of lockdown. That's something that I can play with people. I like the idea of the legacy feel of it, and you in a king's court trying to negotiate over stuff. So that was kind of cool. So there's that. And then the recommended, there's 3 titles of recommended: Paladins of the West Kingdom, which I'm aware of, I've not played; Resicana, which I thought Resicana is brilliant, really good. That deserves far more kudos than it's got, and I'm surprised that's not got itself high up the list. And Underwater Cities. So there's that. And then the Kinderspiels I looked at, I don't even know who any or what any of those are. They're basically aimed at kitties. I don't know. There's no point reading that out because I don't even know what any of them are. So, yes, there is that. So, Spiel de Jahres, lovely. That's happening. If some of that's of interest to you, I don't know. Moving on swiftly. So, what else is going on? So, the Expo, UK Games Expo. They've announced, and they've started the website off for that it's going online this year. It's going to be in September. Still kind of in the infancy of exactly what's happening, but the directors, Tony and Richard and all that, got together and kind of put a video the other day, which didn't really highlight a lot, but they're going to be an online version of the Expo. There will be games you can play on there. There's potentially going to be traders on there. I'm not sure how it's all going to function. They're going to be using a variety of different stuff to do it. I'm sure a little bit of Zoom, a bit of Discord. I'm sure some Roll for 20. Some RPG stuff will be on there. There'll be events on there. Some of it you pay for. The actual event is free. I think they're looking for potential if you want to donate something towards it. But that's all going on. So go over to the UK Games Expo site. You can go on there and you'll get more info from there, and as it's updated and more stuff comes out. So who knows what they're going to be doing. Potentially, maybe we can get on there. Maybe we can do something during the live show online. Who knows? Probably they won't let us on there, to be fair. So that's happened. Which led me to think actually about Tabletop Gaming UK, which was about September time. It just usually comes out just before the Spiel. And we've heard nothing on that. So it was the third show this year. Rumour was that they were tied into 3 shows at Ali Pali. Maybe they've just let it silently die, maybe. Who knows? But I've not seen anything. If you've heard or seen anything about Tabletop Gaming UK, then maybe let us know. But that was passed me by, to be honest with you. I've just the fact that no one's even asking where is the show or is it happening this year that I've seen kind of tells you all you really need to know about that. Right, what else is going on? Gen Con, as far as we know, is still happening. But, you know, well, who knows? I mean, you know, they're only on a couple of 100,000 dead now in the States. So, I mean, hey, you know, what's that between friends? In all seriousness, the level of recklessness of running a games convention right in the height of this pandemic, was, let's be honest, it's July that normally runs. Well, we're May now. We're not showing any signs of really control being maintained. There's no vaccine. There's no... Yeah, it's an interesting proposition. I don't think I'd want to hang around one of those shows. Who would wonder if anyone's going to want to hang around those shows, other than maybe some Trump fans, maybe. But yes, that is still happening at this point in time. Potentially with everyone else shutting and shuttering doors and stopping, maybe there may eventually be some common sense there that they decide actually probably some form of mass gamer genocide isn't necessarily a good move. But we'll see. And so there's that. Other things going on is Portal Games have opened pre-orders for Dig Deeper, which is the new case for detective, designed by Rob Davio. Really cool, really interested. Set in the 1970s, conspiracy thriller. They've tweaked some stuff with it, how it's going to work. Definitely one that's piqued my interest. I'll see how the old finances go, but it's one that I may well pick up. It's something I'm definitely keen to have a look at. There was a Humble Bundle running as well for Asmodee games, which I think is still running at the moment until the end of the month. A bunch of stuff. I think the top tier you could spend is about £9.50, and that gave you a heap of things. Scythe was amongst it, Potion Explosion, Splendor, a bunch of stuff. Really good value if you've got none of those. So there's something to look at as you sat at home. Yeah, and speaking of Asmodee have opened up their orders. Sales and orders have started as of this last week, so stuff is actually starting to ship out to board game retailers and stuff. So we're starting to see this wheels start to turn again. Big things coming from that, I think, is Forgotten Waters, which is the Plaid Hat Games crossword game. Pirate themed, looks kind of cool, looks very innovative, uses the app and some other stuff. I pre-ordered it because I really love Crossroads games. I really loved Dead of Winter. I thought it was brilliant. Gen 7, which is still sat up there on my shelf of shame, we've not actually played, and I'll be honest with you, it left me a bit At some point I'll play it. But yeah, this one is getting a lot of buzz and it looks kind of cool. So that's on the list. What else is news-wise? Small World of Warcraft. So Small World, an okay game from Days of Wonder. Warcraft, an obsession I had for many years of Warcraft, many years of Warcraft, mashed together. I don't know. It doesn't really entice me or in any way. If there was a Warcraft board game, like the original FFG stuff, reprinted or coming out, I'd be all over that. This, yeah, I'm so on that one. But there you go. There's some people out there may be enticed into grabbing that, so go for it. Fill your boots. And then they've announced a bunch of stuff. Arcadia Quest, Call Me or Not, been putting out Arcadia Quest bits. They've done a solo mode, and I saw yesterday they've done some more quests and some other stuff, publishing out stuff. You can download and print and do your thing. It's kind of cool. I only say this as I have a heap of Arcadia Quest, so maybe something I can do with. Though who am I kidding? When am I going to get time to play a game of that? So yeah, that's the news there, I think. Big news, the big Who Dares Rolls news is we have reinstalled a brand new Who Dares Rolls puppy. Baxter has joined the family as of a couple of days ago. He's our new Who Dares Rolls pup. So expect some Baxter updates and the following things. He's quite cute. And so yeah, lovely, good old Baxter. Hello from Baxter to the Who Dares Rolls audience. And by the way, thank you, audience. We're creeping ever closer to the big 300 subscribers, which is an astounding state of affairs, really. If we can reach that, that'd be very exciting. I don't know what we'll do at that point. Definitely have a bit of a celebration, I should imagine. Yes, let's do that. That's it. That's all of the news. I've just put out a new video, which is Board Next Door, which is kind of we're taking the mickey. I have had a gentle ribbing at Luke from the Broken Meeple in that it's up at the moment. How long it lasts, who knows? Who can I set my sights on next? I can think of a few names that I might have a crack at. So have a look at that if that's of interest to you. It's just for fun. Nothing personal meant by it. But yes, there's lots of board game types out there on their videos. I'm sure I can have some entertainment value out there. Anyway, there's that. So that's us, I think, for the time being. Thanks for tuning in. We will be back shortly, or some point soon. I've got a few video ideas and stuff I'm editing and doing. Time allowing, puppies, babies, work. Oh, good gracious. I mean, honestly, why would you do it to yourself? But yeah, for the time being, thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You can go to whodaresrolls.com and you can get some goodness from there. Charlie popped up a few videos the other day. He did his, I think it was Mistfall, City of Mist, a three-parter came out. And I've got a few other bits he's dropped for me I need to put out as well. There's a couple of review bits I'm still working on when I get the time. Yeah, busy. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for people who've commentated, spoken to us, written to us. Thank you for that. It's always nice. Don't forget we have a Patreon for patronising. Yes, I think that's it. I'm not going to ramble on for any longer. Cheers, thank you, and good night. Enjoy your week. I will be back at some point. I don't know where I don't even know what day of the week it is. Potentially, it's the weekend ahead, or it's not. I don't know.